Tykes soccer is actually going to be kicking off literally. That'll be Wednesday, September 4th at Marshbank Park. It's an exciting program that teaches basic soccer skills for the youth in our community. And actually joining us right here on the Splash Live to talk a little bit more about that program, coordinator for Challenger Sports' Michigan Tiny Tykes program, we have Birks joining us. Thank you for being here, Dylan.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Doing just great. Want to kind of dissect this program that we have with Tiny Tykes. So let's get into it. What are some of these key skills that we said we're going to be teaching the young athletes in West Bloomfield at the Tiny Tykes soccer program?
Yeah, so like you said, like it's the introduction to soccer. It's like the first touches that these kids have of our soccer ball. Like we make it very fundamental movement based. So it's like, you know, we do a lot of like the running stuff and the jumping, and it's like gaining your movements while using your soccer ball. And it's like we'll start with your like first foot skills on your soccer ball, and it's very like your soccer ball is yours for your session. So it's just like a good way to have people like have kids introduced into the sport of soccer.
Nice. So it's giving them all the opportunity instead of like sharing the ball. I mean, I'm pretty sure there'll be moments of that, but they all get their own individual ball to kind of work on their skills individually, one-on-one style. I like that. So how are we doing that, especially with the youth, in a fun and engaging way?
Yeah, so every session in our curriculum has a story base to it. So whether we have like superheroes, we have dragons, we have down at the farms. So we have like 4 or 5 activities per session, and they're all based around this like one story, and they're all parts of the story. So because we are telling the story, it's a good way to, you know, keep them actually engaged in it, and they enjoy getting involved in the story and playing out like different parts of the story throughout the session.
Man, that's very interesting. Okay, and that's creative too. I like that because, like we said, keeps their attention also. So we're dealing with the youth right here in West Bloomfield. So can you share any of the benefits that you personally feel West Bloomfield kids and their families can expect from participating in Tiny Tykes soccer program? Excuse me.
Absolutely. So I think it's a good, on the child side, I think it's a good way to be introduced to potentially a new sport. We have a lot of like people who sign up like multiple years in a row, and then on the like back of that, we run other programs. So like this year, we ran 3 summer camps in West Bloomfield as well. So they sort of like bounce off each other. You know, once you've done Tiny Tykes for a few years, then you might want to take the next step up into our summer camps, and then like find a sport that you want to, you know, carry on playing into the future.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I want to kind of break down how you said some of them will be here for a few years. So that kind of just talks about their development. But with us right here live on the Splash, talking about the Tiny Tykes soccer program, we have the coordinator for Challenger Sports' Michigan's Tiny Tykes program, Birks, being right here, answering some of the questions, including just talking about your specific look on it as a coach, I guess I should say. How do you adapt your coaching techniques to suit the different developmental stages in the young participants in the program?
So me personally, my biggest thing, especially in Tiny Tykes, is all about like your energy and being like loud and energetic and engaging with them. Like that takes like that's first, and then like all the soccer stuff is second, because if you can't have the energy to have them engaged in the session, then they're not gonna like do it no matter what it is. So you keep it like the story we discussed before, like you try and mention the story like as much as you can, and you keep the story going. And then even as well, like interacting with the parents is a really good one, because they're more likely to listen to parents than you. So if you want to get the parents involved sometimes and stuff like that as well, like that, I've also found that that's like massively helpful into keeping them into the session.
Nice. And that's what it's all about, getting everybody involved too, the parents as well. And with that being said, can we speak on that? Like, what role do you feel like West Bloomfield, the greater West Bloomfield community plays, and families in general play in supporting the Tiny Tykes program?
I mean, if you've attended it before and you think it's good, you want to sign up again, then like refer somebody that you know who you think their child might be interested in it. Because if we keep growing the program, then there's no reason why we don't continuously run it like year on year. Like we ran it in the spring, we run it in the fall, and then we even now run Tiny Tykes as part of our summer camp as well. So if
Okay.
if you've done it before and you like it, just keep putting the word out there, and then we can keep growing the program hopefully.
No, no, I get that. That's the way that we can support on and off the field. With that being said, keep spreading the word, keep signing up if we are interested. So, and I'm glad you were able to say it yourself. Dylan, we do appreciate your time. Any additional information that we should know about the program, anyone listening that wanted to be a part of it, how can they find out more?
Absolutely. So this year we are running from September 4th through till October 16th, at the location that you guys mentioned before. Anybody who is interested in signing up and hasn't already, reach out to Mike Hodgkins. He is the guy from the Parks and Rec, and he like coordinates our whole program. And then we send one of our trainers in to coach the program. So if anyone's interested, reach out to him and he can give you the next steps.
Perfect. Thank you again. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your enthusiasm as you actually
Absolutely.
help us encourage people to sign up and do a little bit more with soccer also. We appreciate you again. Thank you so much. Once again, the coordinator for Challenger Sports' Michigan's Tiny Tykes soccer program, Dylan Birks. We appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, have a good one.